Ancelotti shares his opinion regarding the similarities between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich and explains why he left his job as the coach of Bayern Munich years ago. Let's listen to our coach before the Champions League semi-final second leg at the Santiago Bernabeu. The clash between two titans.
Tomorrow will be your 62nd match in the Champions League as Real Madrid's coach, having won 2 European Cups. Based on your experience, how should the team be to play another great match and have another magical Champions League night at the Bernabeu?
Simply try to show the best of ourselves, as we always have to do in a Champions League semi-final. We are very excited to play this match because we have another opportunity to reach another Champions League final. We are aware of the difficulties that will arise, and there will be many difficulties, as is normal in a Champions League semi-final. But we are very excited. We are good and excited. We will try to do the best we can tomorrow.
This is the 13th elimination match between Real Madrid and Bayern in history. Recently, there have been many Real Madrid versus City matches, and in the past, there were many Real Madrid versus Milan matches. You, who have coached both teams, Real Madrid and Bayern, do you think this is the derby of Europe? Who is more afraid, Real Madrid of Bayern or Bayern of Real Madrid?
Personally, I believe that as clubs, both are similar. We have also talked about this before the first leg match. Both clubs have a lot of tradition, history, and a successful trajectory in the Champions League. I think both teams respect each other, and I believe it is fair to be so. In a semifinal, you always have to respect the opponent also because they did better than us in the first leg match.
You sent a warning message to your players after the first leg of this semi-final. Do you fear the team's excess of euphoria for tomorrow's match? Do they feel like they are already in the final?
No, I don't see it that way. I think we are not so optimistic. But we do have a great excitement because this could be another magical night for us and our fans. But there is no excess of optimism because we are aware of the difficulties we may encounter in the match.
You said that Lunin will play as the team's goalkeeper tomorrow.
And I had forgotten, maybe we will change our minds tonight. Yes, Lunin will play.
In the last league match, Courtois made a great save, worthy of a great goalkeeper. Has that save changed your mind about anything? Is everything still the same?
No, the work plan for a player returning late in the season after an injury will not change due to such a situation. Courtois played because we realized he was very good in training, but now it will take time for him to reach his best level, and that's it. The plan doesn't change because of the match he played against Cadiz. He certainly had a great match. He showed security and confidence, but he still has to reach his best level.
You have already won 4 Champions Leagues and titles in all the major European leagues. Currently, you are one step away from another final. You are 64 years old, and it seems you still have a lot of fuel. What is Carlo Ancelotti's fuel? What makes you keep working with such strength?
Well, today is a day worth living. All this excitement before a final. So this is a great motivation to be a protagonist again and live a day like this, although it may be complicated to live tomorrow's day. Undoubtedly, it will be something complicated before the match. Because, as I have said many times, it is in those moments that I feel concern and a little fear. But today feels great. Preparing for a semi-final with the goal of reaching another Champions League final is a great motivation.
Soon, it will be 10 years since you won the 10th Champions League with Real Madrid. This was in 2014. Since then, Real Madrid has achieved the 14th Champions League title, totaling 5 since 2014. Since then, only Nacho, Modric, and Carvajal remain. Cristiano, Ramos, Benzema, Gareth Bale, Isco, Marcelo, Casemiro, and Varane are no longer here. But Real Madrid continues. What is the secret of this? What is the magical formula for the success of this team to continue competing without those great players who made history?
I believe that the 2014 squad continues, or a part of it. Obviously not everyone, because time passes for everyone. But part of this squad has also experienced this title-winning stage, maybe not all of them, and now they are a bit fewer, but the general concept of this club is to have players like Modric, Nacho, Carvajal, and Lucas Vázquez. They themselves are managing this generational transition that has been happening for some time now, especially since Cristiano left the club. So they are managing this transition, and the young players are learning how they have to act and behave to be at Real Madrid.
Something that distinguishes your team from others is that it is capable of winning in almost all possible scenarios in football matches. For tomorrow's match, what type of match suits Real Madrid best?
We are better suited to a match with intensity and a good rhythm in both defensive and offensive aspects. Analyzing the first leg match, I think from a defensive point of view, we could have done much more. And that's what we want to do this time. We also want to have control of the game, but basically, an intense match is what we want.
In 2017, you coached Bayern Munich and faced Real Madrid. Now that you are with Los Blancos, do you have more confidence in overcoming this tie? You have said yourself that both teams have a lot of history, but do you feel more confident coaching Real Madrid?
I trust my team because I am with Real Madrid. I trust the players because during this season they have always done very well. I also trust the fans who always support us. I believe we are on the good side, but obviously Tuchel thinks he is on the good side too. We'll see tomorrow. But as I said, today we are enjoying the day. Tomorrow we will worry.
Let me read the beginning of an article that came out today in the German sports newspaper ECD. Quote, "Today, nobody in Germany understands why Ancelotti only lasted 14 months as Bayern Munich's coach. So I ask you, do you have any explanation? Without meaning to disrespect anyone, but it seems that you are happier here than you were in Munich. What did you find here in Madrid that you didn't find in Munich?"
This is a very old story, but I'll explain it briefly. After all, we had to do a job and we had a plan for it, but we needed fundamental support from the club. Otherwise, my job cannot be done. If the club's support fails, it is better to separate. And that's what happened with Bayern Munich, and that's it. I have a fantastic relationship with Rummenigge and everyone who works there. So this is how it is, and it's part of the job. But I repeat, when you don't have the support of the club, it's better to part ways and avoid problems.
Much was made last week in the first leg of Jude Bellingham trying to distract Harry Kane when he took a penalty, and it hasn't gone down well. Do you think Jude is right? Is he entitled to try to put off his national team captain? Is it respectful?
I think Jude is a fantastic guy. I think he respects everyone, and he has a really good relationship with Harry Kane. I think for the national team, there are no problems.
You, who are an expert sailor, what do you think will happen tomorrow? Will it be calm? Will there be high tides with big waves? Turbulence?
I don't know. I really don't know. Anything can happen, really, but But as I said, we have the excitement to live another spectacular night.
We saw that you didn't celebrate the title in Plaza as usual. What happened after the game on Saturday, and what did you say to the players afterwards?
Saturday, of course, we were happy for the fact that we won, but I think that was an happiness control because we needed to prepare this game. We prepared this game, and we have time. Now the Liga is in the park, and Thursday we are going to think how to celebrate, but for sure we are going to celebrate.
In the first leg, when Bayern seemed to be better, Kroos and Vinicius appeared on the scene to score a goal. In the second half, and you had ball control and 2 counterattacks changed the course of the match. Based on your experience in the Champions League, can these kinds of plays be controlled? Is there any way? It seems that in the Champions League, there are matches that turn into chaos, and you have to play more defensively than focusing on playing well.
I believe that both teams, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, are very good in attack transitions because we both have attacking players who are fast and of great quality. So we are the 2 most dangerous teams in Europe in this regard. Can we avoid transition attacks? The answer is yes. Having good balance makes it possible to avoid this risk.
You visited this stadium in 2017 as Bayern's coach, then you took the team to the limit in the return leg. Do you think Real Madrid and Bayern are very similar in this resilience capacity? Are they teams that need to be beaten up to 8 times to be really eliminated?
Yes, I think Bayern also resembles Real Madrid in this regard. They have players who have experience in the club, like Neuer, Kimmich, and Müller, who know very well the character of their team. So if there's extra time tomorrow, then we'll simply have to play the extra time.
If I'm not mistaken, Real Madrid has not played a single minute without either Modric or Kroos on the field. What should the rest of the midfielders learn to play without them in the future, if that moment comes?
In the future, we'll see. But right now, the truth is that they haven't played together, but they could, and in the future, they will be able to. At the moment, we are not thinking about how it will be to play without Toni or Luka because they are still here. They're helping the team a lot, and we are very happy with them.
In this globalized world, where everything is known, studied, and analyzed, how would you describe tactically Carlo Ancelotti's philosophy? Your tactics seem to be effective at 2,000%, but if you can give an explanation for football romantics who like to talk about the subject.
I think my philosophy is that you have to have the concept of adapting to the characteristics of the players you have, and that I don't want to have a team that only wants to have one identity only to play football.